Back to my question about
Yeah.
What you said in the lecture, I don't feel that's practical, like in this society, to go up to someone and be like, oh, by the way, what you're doing is haram, therefore you're going to hell. I just don't see myself, or I wouldn't want anyone to come up to me telling me that.
Okay.
So what are some more practical things that we can do to do Amr bil Ma'ruf?
What I meant is that you shouldn't tell him that he or she is going to hell, but mention the iqab, mention the punishment that is designated for the person who does so. You're not telling them that they're going to go to hell, but you're saying if you continue in this route, then what else are you going to expect? مثلا, if I don't pray, should I expect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have mercy on me? If I do, I'm fooling myself. When Rasulullah says, مَا بَيْنَ الْإِيمَانِ وَالْكُفْرِ تَرْكُ الصَّلَاةِ. So the barrier between belief and disbelief is salat. If you're not a musalli, what's happening? In the dictionary of Rasulullah, you're kafir. Yes, you might still be considered Muslim according to fiqh, to Islamic jurisprudence, but in the dictionary of Rasulullah, you're not. Sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. So will I expect Allah Ta'ala to have mercy on me? If I do, I'm fooling myself, right? So Jahannam can be beneficial for certain people. It depends, as we said. Some people, if you tell them, if you mention the iqab, the punishment for those deeds, they might not be affected. Another practical way of doing it is, as we said, trying to awaken the person. Try to remind them. I find, to be honest, death very beneficial. Don't mention the iqab. Don't mention that, you know what, if you drink wine, or if you backbite, or you do 1, 2, and 3, Allah Ta'ala will cut you into pieces, etc. No need for that. But mention Malak al-Maut. SubhanAllah, when you mention this angel, alayhi salam, everyone freezes. Malak al-Maut. Tell him, مثلا, did you know that Malak al-Maut visited you today? The tradition says, and hopefully we will say it on the minbar, every day Malak al-Maut visits each one of us 5 times. Right? Remind them of death. Remind them that they're basically doing something evil and they're harming themselves. Maybe mentioning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the attributes of Allah will affect them. Maybe mentioning the virtues of Ahlul Bayt will affect them. I know of a speaker who said, when I speak, he's talking. When I speak, I only mention the virtues of Imam Ali salamullah alayhi. I don't recite, I don't perform lectures about hijab, salat, hajj, etc. I only speak about Imam Ali. But all of a sudden, after my majalis, a lady comes up to me and tells me I began wearing the hijab. Another one tells me I started praying. Another one says, مثلا, I started fasting. Which means what? They're being affected by Imam Ali, salamullah alayhi. And indeed, if you learn about Imam Ali and you hear about him, then you will be closer to practicing the deeds of Imam Ali. Ultimately, everyone has a good, let's say, a good character or a good side in their own character. There's some good in everyone. Unless they're the likes of Yazid and Shimr la'natullah alayhima, who put an end to that good side. Now, all you need to do is awaken that good side or strengthen it. When the person views himself to be a follower of Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, or at least he claims to be so, he will start questioning himself. Am I actually doing what pleases Imam Ali or not? So those are, I believe, beneficial ways to affect the individual. One thing's for sure. You cannot control people. Some people want to disobey Allah, whether you like it or not. But it's still important to enjoin good and forbid evil. ليش؟ Why is it important? And I want all of you to listen to this one, please. It's still important to object and to say this is wrong. أو مثلا this is wajib. At least every once in a while. Why? Not for the person who's sinning, for the people around him. Because when a person sins publicly, or even secretly, and he keeps on sinning, ultimately one day his sin will become public. What's going to happen? Other people will be affected. When no one objects, when no one says no, this is wrong, this is evil, that sin will spread. But if there's always someone standing and saying, this is wajib, this is haram, Allah Azza wa Jalla is present, fear Allah, etc., then there is a sense of awareness. People remain aware. They will not give in to the sin or to the evil. Naeem and Muhammad. Muhammad, you had a comment on what I'm saying?
I had a comment, just real quick.
Afwan, Naeem.
Just another way of also approaching the situation I found was useful, where if someone's doing haram, like let's say smoking weed or something like that, or drinking alcohol. What I usually use as an example, for some reason this scares them more than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but just saying, would you do this in front of the imams or in front of Sayyidah Zainab alayhi salam, she's sitting right in front of you. Yeah. For some reason that scares them even more than, even though Allah sees and knows all things.
So, similar to Imam Rida's method yesterday. When Imam Rida tells that person, if I told you something, would you trust me? He said, of course. Who else would I trust, right? So he tells him, then trust Allah's words even more. Imam Rida hit him right in the heart, alayhi salam. There's also another method, I'll mention it, which is the indirect method. The indirect method of notifying the person. Post something on your status, or on Facebook, or Instagram, or. And make sure that that person will read it. You don't have to tell them anything. Just post it. A hadith about the sin, or about the wajib, etc. Hopefully, they'll be inclined towards guidance. But ultimately, إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Some people don't want guidance.